whatever your favorite lure is, I'm going to guess that you also have favorite presentations, sort of default presentations, and they're probably favorites for a pretty good reason, that they've produced a lot of fish over the years. The lure I'm fishing with now, the Rebel Trackdown Ghost Minnow, I definitely have my default presentation. I tend to reel it, it's a slow sinker, I tend to reel it kind of steadily and just add little twitches every 2 or 3 turns of the rod handle, and that makes it, it's just kind of a tight little wiggle, and it makes it flare enticingly. And I've caught hundreds of fish that way, trout and bass, and just all types of different fish. However, it's easy to fall into a rut, and that's what I want to warn against. There are some days when a different cadence is going to make a lot of difference. A different cadence, maybe different subtleties in the way you move the rod, and there's just little things that, whether you're moving the bait more with your rod or your reel, whether the line is tight or semi slack when you pop it, how sharply you move the rod, whether you move the rod, and how long of pauses you put into a presentation, all are going to make a significant difference in what the fish are seeing in the water. With this lure, the natural action is very tight, and there are some days when there is nothing that is more effective than simply reeling it, and those twitches that I like to add actually cause the fish to flare away. There are other days when they want it much more erratic, and I fish it much more like a jerkbait, letting it drift a little bit, doing some kind of sharp little snaps, letting it drift again, doing sharp little snaps, and just varying the lengths of the pauses. And then the key is, as you mix things up, pay attention to what you're doing when the fish respond. To try it different ways, just as you're thinking about the spots the fish are holding in. Think about what you're doing. Sometimes little changes in presentation are going to be more valuable than changing the color or even changing the lure. It's not necessarily not necessarily the wrong bait. You just need to move things a little bit differently. So think about that when you're out on the water. Don't fall into a rut. That's today's fishing footnote, which are tips to help you catch more fish when you're fishing on foot.